Hello, Nasdaq followers, and welcome to a special edition of Nasdaq Spotlight. I'm your host, Leanne Alfaro. We're coming to you live from Times Square, New York City for Women's History Month, where we're featuring women in tech and business doing exemplary things in the field. So joining me on set today is Lisa Mayer, CEO and founder of My Social Canvas, as well as Tatiana Mangrum-Rock, who is the tech advisor on set right here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having us as well. We're excited to share our story a little bit.
And I'm excited to hear. I mean, when I first read about My Social Canvas, I just thought it was such an impressive mission statement to bring a collective of Gen Z girls together who are focused on being the future businesswomen, entrepreneurs, and women who code in the world. So talk to us a little bit about the inspiration for it.
Yeah, so the inspiration, we were just looking to start a company that could really give access to Gen Z women and girls in a variety of areas. So we started as an accessories and fashion brand, but we're so much more. Some of the products that we sell are these phone cases, which we'll share a little bit about, our girl code cases, but it's more than a phone case to us. Kind of to your point, we're building a global collective, a global community of Gen Z women and girls, and really equipping them to be future businesswomen, entrepreneurs, future web developers. We want them to go out and start new apps and come up with new inventions and things that will help our society and help our world. So it's so much more than a product to us. It's really, helping them to become future leaders as well. And we love to say that we help them design the life and the career that they love.
The way that I like to think of it, the product is just the hook, but
Exactly.
You do so much more.
Yep.
I mean, Tatiana, talk to me a little bit about how you started working with Lisa. And you started working with Lisa when you were a student, right? You're
Correct,
still in your education.
yeah. So Lisa hosted a design hackathon back in 2016 that had a lot of young ladies from the CUNY system and all over New York that were designers, that were business students. Then myself, as a computer science student, I was really excited to be able to collaborate with all young women from different fields. So that's where I began my relationship with Lisa, and I was really excited to be involved because I just wanted to know how I could connect with her and help grow My Social Canvas into something that was really accessible to more young ladies like myself, specifically young women that were of color. So how could we find more opportunities that were going to be really engaging around fashion as well as technology and really intersecting those worlds.
Yeah, and at Nasdaq, we're no strangers to hackathons. We actually work with MIT on a pretty big one that happens during the fall. But talk to us kind of a little bit about the few things that you learned on this journey. Like, what did it enable you to do?
Wow, there were so many things. So beyond my involvement in really trying to support Lisa with figuring out how can we get more young women involved, it's been a journey with supporting as a technical advisor to a lot of the interns that have participated alongside her with the development of this application. Lisa and I have kind of just talked about what is the perspective of a student to the My Social Canvas brand, and really kind of walking around with her and supporting her with this phone case. And what I've seen personally is I've been able to really own that power around getting some being able to pretty much receive benefit towards my own personal finances. I was able to, from the first launch of the phone case, I was able to really get back money from that. So being able to have ownership in the design, but also be a figure and a voice for the My Social Canvas brand and other young women like me. I really think it's sensitive in terms of representation and seeing what young women can do, but also that it's a nuanced experience and that we don't have to have like one bubble coming from a technical background.
Right. And now those are all words that we love to hear. The fact that you were compensated for your talent, the fact that you were able to learn all of this. And let's talk about this case. The reason we're all holding phones in our hands right now, right? If you want to point at the jib camera right over there, is because these are designed by young women who are in coding, in the coding field that Lisa has worked with. And Tatiana, you actually designed this one right here.
This one has been the winner design of the inaugural design hackathon that Lisa hosted. And although at the time it was very shocking for me to receive that news, I was so excited because not only were we end up having our designs launched in different stores, now that it's in Target, that's just been crazy for us to have as a reality, but more so when it comes back to the impact of the design and my implementation of figuring out how can we blend the worlds of femininity and technology, and knowing that it's not a texture and it's more of affirmations, it's more of words, and having that true impact to self. This is the girl code anthem, and it has become something that I have to remind myself daily and lead by that as an example.
It's a good reminder that you are a boss, and
Yeah,
I'm really excited to turn it over and read it every morning. So Lisa, talk to me a little bit about the bigger context here in terms of Gen Z girls stepping into a field like computer science within STEAM. What kind of entry do we see into this field, and what are the retention rates like?
So the biggest drop-off for young women and girls in computer science is actually from ages 13 to 17. And although, we work with both high school and college women that are at high schools and colleges all over the nation. So we're kind of hitting that entire spectrum, but that's the biggest drop-off. And what we've noticed is that we need to connect with young women and girls to get them excited about computer science in different and unique ways. So for example, one thing that we did with this design hackathon where Tatiana, she worked with a team actually to create this phone case. So we brought together college women that were studying not only computer science, but also studying business and fashion. And so when you get out into the industry, obviously, if you're in computer science, you'll be working on teams in business or even within fashion.
Right.
You might work as a developer and create a new website or a new app that's going to change the world, but maybe you're going to be in fashion and be in technology, right? So we need to make it fun and creative too, and just make it feel something that's not overwhelming, or just making it something that really stands out as an experience, and giving them experiences that are going to be out there in the real world when they're out in the industry. So with the design hackathon, we had the young women work together, you collaborated. It's almost like you were starting your own business together with Melanie and Tatiana. So they worked together. They not only created this amazing phone case, our girl code case, but they also wrote a business plan on how they might get that phone case to market. They also created their own website and kind of the prototype of what it would look like to launch that case. So they were working together, not only in computer science, but also designing the product, the marketing, and the business plan. So that's something that we've noticed is really helpful to increase that rate and just, encourage more women to get that experience and pursue computer science and see how it applies to other industries like fashion or design.
Absolutely. It's great to get a view of this field as not something that is siloed, but as a matter of fact is an arm of so many other fields that women might be interested in, because something that I recently read that I found to be true, it's it's great to get women in STEAM, but perhaps not all women necessarily from the get-go want to do STEAM. They just don't realize that it touches so many facets of our life every day. So you are also involved in something called the Mentorship that's coming up. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So my social canvas was just a host for something called the Internship. It is phenomenal. I'm so excited about it. We just hosted it actually in January, and we will get ready to host it again next winter as well. So what the Internship is it's something that's part of CUNY and Cornell Tech. It's technically affiliated with Breakthrough Tech. So Breakthrough Tech was founded by a woman named Judy Spitz. If you don't know her, look her up. She's just absolutely incredible. She's doing some really great work. Breakthrough Tech, what they do, one of the things they do a lot of great work, but one of the things they do is the Internship. What they do is they place computer science students from the CUNY network, and now they're doing it nationwide. They've just expanded to Chicago and other markets.
Amazing.
So they're placing these young women into kind of like a mini winter internship, which is why it's called the Internship. And they're placing them with many companies. So in just the last 3 years, they've been able to expand to over 80 companies. Companies like Bloomberg, Google, some of the
Incredible.
companies that trade here on the Nasdaq are actually hosts of the Internship. JP Morgan, just a lot of the companies that are out there, they're hosting this. And then when they get into these companies, they're given really great experiences. And what they've found is once they get this first internship, they can go on and get more internships and get more access. And it just helps their resume, gives them great experience. What we did with our internship is we hosted 5 incredible women. Tatiana actually mentored them. You were a great mentor.
Thank you. Yes.
And we actually had them start working on a prototype for our app. So My Social Canvas is ready to go global, ready to really grow and reach more women and girls, and we're building an app. So what better way, the fact that our company already involves young women and Gen Z girls in the design of our products, in our phone cases, accessories, we want them a part of every part of our brand. So we involve them in the design of our app prototype. And they came out of it with incredible experience. I'm excited because when this app goes live, those young women will be able to say that they helped build it. They were a part of it. So it was really exciting.
And to have that experience, Tatiana, to start on more of the education side and getting kind of a brief of everything to now being a mentor.
Yes.
I think that certainly is something for other
For sure.
young women to look up to.
Yeah, of course. I like growing with my own professional experience to alongside the company and the brand, and just to kind of call out what Lisa mentioned a lot of the time as well when it comes to making sure that young women that are looking to complete a computer science degree have that support and advocacy. I think that the My Social Canvas brand, as well as other nonprofits, are really trying to target how these young women can see a visual representation of themselves outside of their studies and really get that encouragement to do other things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So speaking as someone, you mentioned to me that Europe, as in year one up, has been a big part of your life, and
Correct.
you are currently leading efforts in the New York area. Talk to me about what it takes for someone who may not picture themselves as a young woman in tech to get there, to see I see myself in this role in a company or as an entrepreneur in tech. What does it take to get somebody from a place where they may not even have an understanding what the industry entails to feeling very confident and secure that they can be a part of it?
Yeah, I think it starts with having conversations, and then also having representation. And that's really why I appreciate Lisa for bringing me into a lot of the communication and different events that we participate in together. Because as I mentioned, we're growing together, her company as well as me. And essentially, I've worked with other nonprofits in trying to encourage young women in STEM, like Black Girls Code or Girls Inc. of Westchester. And going throughout these different programs, we have targeted young women that are in middle school all the way through high school, and really trying to show them this is an example of how you can work in terms of getting the skills and understanding the theory behind things, and then showing them an example of a woman in her prime in her career, but also along the step of the way, getting a true, transparent perspective of, okay, this is where you start and this is where you can be, and these are the things that you can intersect with. You don't always have to necessarily stay with being a computer scientist, but you can see how tech involves itself in different roles that you can aspire yourself to grow into.
Absolutely. And now, Lisa, I'm so excited to hear that you will also be expanding beyond working with women who are interested in code and in tech to also working perhaps a little bit more in finance.
Yeah.
So you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We are so excited. So as I said, the brand started as being accessories and products designed by girls for girls. Then we expanded a little bit to include, creating this app that not just designed by girls for girls, but developed by girls for girls. And now we're expanding to get into financial literacy as well. We're so much more than an accessories brand or fashion brand. You know, we're teaching them about coding and tech, but now we want to bring in the financial literacy piece, right? Helping them build their financial future and really create wealth for themselves and save is so important. We've done a lot of research on, you know, the confidence that young women and girls feel about their finances. And we've just found that once they graduate college, and you know, maybe we're going to help them and equip them to get their dream job in tech, but if they don't know how to save and really invest in their future, then they're not set up for success. So we're going to be doing that with our app, bringing in different content, teaching them about saving, even fractional share investing, you know, different things that we can bring in to equip them and educate them.
With Financial Literacy Month coming up, I can't think of a better time to make this kind of an announcement. But that being said, you have gotten so far already, and I am so excited to be holding a case that was designed by you, Tatiana.
It looks great on you.
Thank you. Thank you. It was such a pleasure to have you both in studio and talk to us a little bit more about your journey and where you're headed next. We hope to have you back soon.
Yeah, we're excited. Thank you so much for sharing our story.
Of course.
We're really thrilled about it.
Definitely appreciate it.
And Nasdaq followers, please stay tuned. We'll have more coverage coming to you for Women's History Month right here on the Nasdaq channel.